Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with Walt McLean behind the camera, and this is a review of the 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude. However, this is the 7th special edition, 75th anniversary edition on it. You'll see some different badging, and we'll get into that. It is a limited edition only, so it's not sold. Obviously, mass quantities is kind of everything else, and it's obviously not available after this year. So this is very specific to this year. What does the 75th anniversary give you? Well, it gives you special badging, which we'll show you in just a second, bronze accents, which you can see around the Jeep logo and some of the different emblems on the car. You get the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, which again, some of you are going to say, well, that's nothing new, and you're right, it's nothing too fancy. You do get a command view dual pane sunroof on this, again, not specific to this model, but available and actually comes as part of this package. I'm actually going to kind of list what that includes. You get a bronze fascia applique, I don't know how to actually say that, the bronze badging. You get orange interior accents. You do get a remote USB port, power 8-way driver seat, and power 4-way driver lumbar. I mentioned the sunroof, the Uconnect 8.4-inch, and again, all of that is part of that 75th anniversary package 27F. It's technically a $2,580 package on the Latitude model. Now, if you go to Jeep's website, you can actually click on the 75th anniversary model. It'll already come equipped with it, and you can kind of go from there. That's going to start out base right at about $29,000. So with all of that being said, let's jump into the looks of this car, kind of give you an exterior view, and we're going to talk about what's on this vehicle specifically. So we'll start with the front. As you can see, Jeep has not done a whole lot new for 2016. They've given you Series eyes-free functionality. They've also given you a drag and drop menu bar on the inside, and a do not disturb function that will send calls directly to voicemail and even respond with a text message indicating you're driving or whatever it might be. For those of you not familiar, maybe this is your first time seeing a Cherokee, of course this is the new styling, and I say new styling back to several years ago when they did update the styling. They've given it this futuristic look in terms of these future headlamps, and we'll be honest, it's a car that it's a look that has definitely grown on us. We'll get more to that in just a second. As you can see, again, the bronze badging, the orange accent right around all of the badging right here. Again, 1941 edition, 70, and it says 75 years right below that. It's hard to see. I encourage you to go check it out at your local Jeep dealer. This color, and I'm sure some of you asked, is called their Recon Green clear color. And really, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's almost, we kind of call it the camo color. So I think Jeep, personally, I think it looks fantastic. Got several compliments of the car. It just has a really nice, honestly, kind of an off-roady look to it. As we get around the back, again, you're going to see a lot of the different features that you become accustomed to on Jeep. There is the, again, more orange accent right there. This does come equipped with the active drive too, which leads me into this. Sorry, I'm dropping my papers here. It leads me into this second portion of this review, which is the options on this particular car. You've got the Park Sense rear park assist system, the cold weather group, which gives you heated front seats, heated steering wheel, all season floor mats, windshield wiper de-icer, and an engine block heater. You have a comfort and convenience group, which the main feature of that is a power lift gate for $1,600. The 9-speed transmission with Jeep Active Drive 2, which gives you the different controls we'll show you on the inside. That's about $1,100. And this does come equipped with the optional V6 engine. There is the other engine options, 2 other engine options actually on this vehicle. Personally, we tend to go with the V6. Fuel economy, you're going to be better with the inline 4s a little bit. However, I personally think for the extra money, you're going to get more towing capacity. It's a better get-up-and-go vehicle. It just works overall. The V6 just works overall a lot better. Again, that is an option on this car. So total price tag on this, $36,765. And as we go later on the review, I'll kind of talk about what our thoughts are on the trims and kind of what we would do in terms of buying this vehicle. So again, as we see the back, we'll just go right into it actually. We've got the key fob here. Again, I'm dropping things all over the place today. Well, key fob here, Double click the remote, and again, that power lift gate is going to open everything nice and wide, nice and tall. You can access this. You've got some storage underneath here, right here. Again, this is not where the spare tires underneath this, but you do have some optional storage right underneath here, which is a really nice, handy feature. You can put some med kits, an emergency air kit, some cold weather gear, whatever you might need to. You've got some more storage along here, some power ports along the back side, as well as some cargo tie downs throughout. One thing I am going to show everyone really quick is this, which is the seats. So we're actually fold this down, and I'm actually going to go to the other side as well for the reason of these are lay flat seats all the way up until the passenger seat up front. So I'm going to show you this. This passenger seat is a little bit far back. Okay, so we wanted to do that to show you that if you had a long passenger, if you needed to put something super long in here, a snowboard, a paddleboard, something like that, depending on the length of it, you could fit it. And again, it's going to lay flat all the way into the back area right there. And something to note, you flip these up like that, and it gives you some protection. Again, it's actually a pretty nice floor, kind of a cloth material right here. But again, it gives you protection all the way through. Something to note, some of you are going to say, well, I don't really care too much about that. And you may not. We just wanted to show you what that looks like. It's something that Jeep has done that I'm not sure how many other manufacturers do. You can put that front passenger seat down, and you can still have your your back seat and a middle seat back here if you wanted a third passenger, whatever it might be. But again, if you wanted to keep something out of the elements, you can do that. The ability for your privacy shade right here, and right here, here's your automatic close button, which is similar to the Grand Cherokee. Actually the exact same. It'll close, and you are set for that. So with that being said, we're actually going to pause the video, get the seats and everything put back up, and then we'll rejoin you to show you the back seat of the 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude 75th Anniversary Edition. All right, fans, here we are for the back seat portion, just to show you kind of how it is to get into the back seat. So you can see really quick, and it's a lot easier with me out of the way to see the door apportionments. Not a whole lot of soft touch material, kind of plasticky up here, but again, for the rugged Jeep off-roading, that's really what you want. You do have some nice soft touch kind of leatherette material right here, which is really nice. Again, some of that bronze look. As you can see into the back seat, again, without me hopping in yet, fairly decently spacious. Again, enough for 4 full-size adults. You're going to be hard-pressed to fit a 5th adult in there, maybe a kid. There is room for car seats in the back. Just want to point that out. Some nice cloth interior. Going to hop in really quick, show you what it's like. So as you can see, this is set for myself and my dad, about 5'9", 5'10". I did move this up just now to let this seat fold down, but again, this could still come back probably another 2-3 inches, and I would have more than enough room. You do have vents back here, 2 cup holders in the middle, and there is a power port down below, which is really nice and handy to use. One thing to note, that with this sunroof, a little bit, again, if I was a little bit taller, I'm not going to have a ton of headroom. You do sit up a little bit taller in these back seats. Something to note, not a huge deal if you're not going to have a ton of tall passengers, just something to make note of. Now, we normally don't do this, but I'm going to show you the front passenger seat from this side and actually talk to you about it from this side. The main reason being, again, this has something that not a lot of vehicles have, which is the front seat. It actually comes up right here, and you've got some storage down there. So it is fully plastic. It's not going to leak. So if you wanted to to be honest, if you want to put some ice and some drinks in there, you could certainly do that. If you wanted to store anything else in there, you can do that. Some items that you don't want to be seen by the naked eye. This is not something that most people notice. In fact, if you're not actually a Jeep person, or you're not even a Jeep Cherokee person, you're not going to even understand that that's there. So it's some great storage. Personally, Jeep, I'm a fan of that, because again, it gives you just that much more flexibility when you're using the vehicle. So with that, let's pause the review. I'm going to hop around the other side. We'll finish the front seat portion, and then we'll hop in for a drive on the 2016 Jeep Cherokee. All right, fans, here we are, front seat 2016 Jeep Cherokee. Quick overview, real quick, side apportionment on the door right there. Very similar to the back seat. The only real major addition right there is not the major addition, it's the same as the back seat. A little bit more kind of soft touch material along the door. Not a whole lot. You come into the dash against some nice bronze material. We mentioned that 8.4-inch Uconnect system right here, dual climate control, your active system. Again, you can see the contrast stitching. We just took you through the storage right here. Fairly nice, comfortable seats. You do not have power side seats or power passenger seats right here. 8-way driver, 4-way lumbar support. You do have some different gauges on here, or not, sorry, not different gauges, but again, Jeep specific gauges. Again, more bronze accents for that 75th anniversary edition. One thing, Walt, you do have right here, again, this front seat compartment or kind of storage compartment to where you could put, I don't know, whatever you might fit in here, maybe a phone and iPod, something like that that you didn't want sliding around, can actually drop right in here. Maybe a wallet, something like that that you didn't want to have in your pocket. But again, it's right there in the front dash, a really nice spot for that. And it will show you, actually, this is probably the easiest time to show them, Walt. Let's turn the power on here. Yep, it should go. We're going to actually open the sunroof. Again, the dual pane command sunroof, as they like to call it. It will go all the way back if I let it. And really nice, really cool how the sunroof opens really quick. We'll show you. It actually goes underneath the existing glass, which is, again, is something that's not a huge selling feature. I don't know if I would buy the car specifically for that. Just something nice to note that it doesn't actually protrude up. It actually slides underneath the back glass, but it gets a great view for the backseat passengers. A really awesome feature. With that being said, we're gonna have Walt hop in the back seat and we're gonna go for a quick drive in the 2016 Jeep Cherokee. All right, fans, driving portion 2016 Jeep Cherokee. Gonna keep the sunroof open a little bit. That helps with, and actually let's open the actual glass portion of it. Helps with sunlight a little bit for lighting for the camera. Real quick, rear view camera, we always try to show you this. Does have the dynamic grid lines, part of our Uconnect system, one of our personal favorites in terms of that, but very easy to back up and do that. Again, you also have a center line for if you were going to tow anything, you'd have a nice view there. One other thing really quick, Walt, if you can show here, some of the controls, you do have a USB port right here, another power port, SD card slot, auxiliary. We mentioned before the dual climate controls, and then the active control right down here. You've got 4 modes: auto, snow, sport, sand and mud right there, electronic parking brake. This is just a really nice feature, again, for any off-roading. For those of you familiar with Jeep, you know it's a hard system to beat, and you do have the hill descent control there. Let's drive. Real quick, I think I can show you here. If we go to here, the drag and drop menu, I believe. Let me see if I can get home with it. I apologize about that. Let's see here. Let's go to apps. And if we wanted to go and drop this down here, we could move. See? Okay, so it's a press and hold icons to drag to menu bar below. So if we wanted to drop it here, we could. And that would put that AHA right here, or if we wanted to go to media, it would replace it. So really nice feature that person, it actually on some of the newer Uconnect systems works really, really well. With that being said, let's take a quick drive. What are we, again, this is the V6, that nice engine, again, our personal favorite. In terms of ride quality, it's a Jeep. It's not going to be anything luxury on the road by any stretch of the imagination. However, it's fairly nice riding, fairly quiet on the inside. Took my wife out this past weekend on a date, and she commented about that. It's very nice riding. You do have heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, which here in Colorado would come in really in handy. You've also got the remote engine start on this vehicle as well, again, which comes in handy quite a few times, again, especially here in Colorado. Fuel economy, we've been averaging 24 miles per gallon. This car is actually rated for, and I want to make sure I get this right for everyone, 19 and 26, so 22 average. So we're doing about 2 miles per gallon better. No hesitation that you could get that 26 miles per gallon. And again, do want to say that choosing the lesser powered engines, you may save on that fuel economy. So if you're not worried as much about towing, maybe the ticket. However, especially here at our altitude, we need the V6 just because we don't have as much air. So we need all the extra power that we can get to help us along the best that we can. There's no dynamic cruise control or anything on this vehicle. Don't quote me on this, but I believe that's an option on some of the higher trims, but we're not going to really mention that as it sits right now. We'll pull up here real quick and kind of give you our opinion. That's pretty much the gist of it. Again, not a whole lot of changes from 2015 to 2016. I'll just be honest. There's some nice apportionments. The biggest change or biggest addition, in our opinion, is this trim level, the 75th anniversary trim edition. As you guys know, or some of you know and some of you may not know, we really highly recommend, anytime there's a limited edition of a car available or a specific trim level available, if you can afford it and it's not a whole lot of extra money, or again, even if it is and you want that extra little bit, this is a limited trim edition. This car will hold its resale value better than most cars in this segment of this size, of this price point. Even another Jeep Latitude similarly equipped that doesn't have the same 75th anniversary on edition badging, all the special features on it, is going to hold not a ton. You're not going to get a monstrous number, but it's definitely going to help you in the resale value. So definitely consider that. In terms of fuel economy, very, very much impressed. The towing, 4,500 pounds available towing with that available V6 that is equipped on this vehicle. The 8.4-inch Uconnect system, we're a personal fan of. What are the knocks on this car? Well, as we always say with the Cherokee, ever since they've redesigned it, the looks may be a knock for some people. Some people hate it, some people love it. You're going to have to be the judge. It's going to be a personal opinion on your part. I think price point, you're very competitively priced. Again, mid-30s for this vehicle. Again, with that extra additions and some of the nice higher end options in terms of the heated seats, cooled seats, comfort and convenience, the backup camera, some of those different things. Definitely something to consider. But overall, Jeep, 2 thumbs up from us here at Drive Radio. I think you've done an excellent job. If you want to learn more about this vehicle, head to your local Jeep dealer. Get inside this vehicle, put your family inside of it, put your cargo inside of it, see if it will work for you. And if you do that, tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.